Sheena, first question.
Hey, Book. You mentioned before game one that you were more excited than nervous to be on this type of stage. When you've talked in the past about visualizing these moments, has the finals felt like that? Have you had those times where you're like, this is exactly what I imagined it would be like?
Yeah, to be completely honest. I think the whole playoff experience, helped it tone it down a bit because I feel like we've seen a lot of situations and different coverages, and we've been through it all through the regular season and stressing the details of the game. So I think we're prepared for this moment. Obviously Milwaukee is no slouch, and they make it tough on us, and they're always going to make it tough on us. But we've seen a lot as a team.
After I think you started 2 for 10 and then got really hot, just what changed? Not what changed, but just maybe what unlocked for you that allowed you to really get it going.
Say just slow it down a bit. Early in the game, just amped, excited, and I was shooting a few things long, rushing a few shots. So, just getting back to fundamentals.
Dave, up front.
Devin, those 3 threes you hit in the fourth, Chris said this is something that you work on, you envision. Monty said you don't run for the moment. Jay said, hey, if you did run for the moment, we wouldn't be here because you've done this throughout this playoff run. What allowed you to get open to hit those, or maybe you even weren't open? What allowed you to hit them?
It's just team basketball. I think a few of them are open, and we prepare for these moments. Like you said, nobody's running from any action or any type of moment, like you guys are saying. And it's not just me. It's 1 through 5. It's like you said, setting my man up, DeAndre, hitting the screen, Chris, causing enough attention to get me open. So, it's all a collective group. It's team basketball, and that's why I feel like we've been successful for most of the year.
Mark, on your right.
Hey, Devin. No, obviously you're young, but Monty was marveling how it doesn't really seem like there's ever a moment where you're tired. What do you think goes into being able to just play at that high motor from start to finish consistently?
It's preparation, taking care of your body. There's a whole list of it, but I think the adrenaline and me and Mikal were some young guys. We're young and getting it and trying to get after it. So, I don't feel tired for real.
On that note, are there any things over the years that you took from Kobe or Chris or any other veterans as far as things that go into kind of maximizing your health and all that?
Everything. I take bits and pieces from all my mentors, and preparation with diet, strength training, just making sure your body can withhold these moments. And during the regular season we're still working. Even after we win a game next day in practice, we're in there getting right, making sure our bodies are right. And it's not just myself, it's everybody on this team.
Mark, over here.
For both of you guys, how do you balance what you guys have done and being 2 wins away to, where we are about to just go on the road after we held court? Like, how do you look at your situation right now?
You just got to treat it like it's game one. We talk about it in the locker room, and our next game is the most important game. That's in the regular season, that's in the playoffs, in the finals. No matter what, our next game is our most important game. So we just stay locked in, and we know we did what we're supposed to do here, and it's not over. And we just got to continue to keep doing what we're doing and playing our way.
Is it hard not to get excited?
I said before the series, I'm excited. I'm excited. Honestly, every day I wake up and get a chance to play, in the NBA, the league that I've been watching since a kid. So, I try to not lose sight of that. Fortunate, both of us, grateful to be in this situation, and we definitely don't want to take it for granted. So, it's an everyday thing for us.
Dwayne, up front.
Yeah, question for both of you. If each of you could describe what you thought about each other's game tonight.
I'll start.
I'll start.
Shoot. Man, just it's coming up huge, especially in that fourth. I told him that after the game, just timely shots. They come in, go to the free throw line or hit a couple of threes, and they're making a little run. And every time Book hit a three or do something, you can just tell it just melt them down. Like, dang, like we was right there. And I'm just like, I'm amazed too. I'm running there trying to crash, maybe get a old board. It's going in every single time. So I'm just running at this point. So it's just unbelievable. And he just, this is what he do, and he doesn't shy away from it.
I'm going to go Kellen, then Brian.
There was another part to that question.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me get my love.
Nah, he had it going. He takes a lot of pressure off everybody, and the most impressive part is he's always guarding the dynamic scorer on the other team. And Middleton's not an easy matchup, and that's his matchup every night, and he has to do a lot on the other end. So for him to, still have his legs, still have, his focus, to make the plays that he did, it takes a lot of pressure off everybody. Me, Chris, DeAndre, it makes it a lot easier for everybody. Mm-hmm.
Kellen?
Hey, Book, when Mikal was struggling in his rookie year with shooting, I remember you said everyone saw the shooter he was at Villanova and knew that player was going to come out. What's the work you've seen him put in and just become this type of offensive player in his third season already?
Yeah, it's every day. You say type of work is always, like I just said, his focus is there, every single moment. You get to the gym, Mikal's there, and he's putting in extra work. He's there after. So, people will still try to label him as a 3-and-D guy, and I've told you guys multiple times that's not even close to his game. I think he stole a little going left fade from me a bit. I think he took that out of my book, but he gets it going, and if teams want to try to make him be the one to beat him, he'll do it.
They need to start mentioning him as the third mid-range guy with you, Chris, and Mikal now.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
We'll talk next year.
Mikal, to follow up on that, Monty mentioned at the beginning of last year and just like attacking closeouts for you and how important that was going to be for you, and you did that a ton tonight. Just how comfortable do you feel with that part of your game now?
It started from in college when I came off the bench. Our championship team, I wasn't shooting the ball that well, and I had to figure out ways to score, and it was cutting and driving it. And so once I went to my last year of college and I was shooting it really well, it was just a mix of everything. And sometimes I get so focused on wanting to hit that three. If I haven't touched it in a while and I just want to get one up, I think it's always, let me hit this three, get myself going. And I have my teammates, and I think I'll give Etuan a shout out. He's the one that talks to me I know, especially in that Clippers series when I wasn't getting it going, and he was just like, mix it up, try to get to the rim. And I'm like, damn, that's what I was doing, and I just forgot I was trying to just hit a three. And once I started doing that, it just opens up my game, just playing off my jump shot and getting in the paint and trying to have everything for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Brian on the right.
I want to ask you guys about that play late in the first half where you all moved it around, and how did you know to cut inside there? The ball was in the perimeter so long. Was that just an instinct thing? And Chris was just talking about early in the season, I guess Monty telling you guys you were the worst starting unit or whatever. How do you go from that to just having the instincts like you had in that play where it seemed like you're so connected?
I say just chemistry, trust, believing in your brother, believing in your teammate. And we actually talked about that play right after the game, me and Mikal. He was like, I think that was the most pumped I've been after a play. I was like, me too, the same year. So, when you're playing like that, it's fun. It's fun. Everybody's touching it. You feel the energy of the ball when you get it. You want to make a play for somebody else, and something opens up always when, it's popping and moving like that.
We'll go to Palmer for questions on Zoom.
We're going to go to Jose Romero with the Arizona Republic.
Hey, Mikal, just was there some motivation for you in, when you're hitting those shots? You hit a few from three-point range and then another jumper later. You looked over at the Bucks bench, just a little glance, maybe a little gamesmanship or just something that motivates you when you were doing that?
Oh, no, it's just fun. Just here, you're right in the corner, hit a couple corner threes right in front of their bench, and they just, playing basketball, trying to make me miss, and I just feel fun of it and just talking a little bit. But it's all friendly, all love, just having fun out there.
Next is going to be Mark Schwartz with ESPN.
Mikal, there's so much fun when the ball is moving the way it was at the end of the first half in that possession. But often in this game in the second half, the ball ended up in the hands of the guy to your right. What does it take to be that fearless in moments like that when Milwaukee is right on you coming back?
Shoot, it's just easier for me knowing we have a guy like Book that is going to go out there and take those shots and make them. You know, it's sometimes easy to take shots, but you know, it's not easy to make them all the time, especially in the fourth when they're making runs and stuff. So that's all the Book and how he was raised and how he works on his game. Just he's a go-getter. He's going to shoot it, and I know he will.
We'll take last question in the back.
Sometimes, some of Monty's speeches, whether it's to a specific player or the team, kind of get, a little bit of attention when they get cut into the broadcast. And I'm just curious from a player perspective, what's best for you guys in that moment and when there's short huddles, and how do you feel like Monty has kind of handled those periods of time?
I mean, we trust him. If he comes in the huddle, he's developed relationships with each and everybody in the huddle. So he can pretty much say anything. He can be brutally honest. He can let you know what's going on, but he's always supporting and he's always uplifting. That's just the type of guy he is. Whether you're in the huddle or you run into him in the hallway, whether it doesn't turn off. That's what type of character he has. So, that makes it a lot of fun to play for a man like that. And that those relationships, those personal relationships, help him. I think control the culture, control the environments that we're in.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.